Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I have for you the SCT Sampler Kit unboxing and project video for the month of February. If you're new here, I do this every month where I unbox my kit and I do a little project afterwards. Now, if you aren't familiar with these kits, they're put out by the Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine company. There's always a theme word with the kit and you get a word embellishment that matches that. And then there's several manufacturer lines in here, but you get partial packages of these lines. So this first part is from Close to My Heart, and these are called complements, and they're a pop-apart die cut piece, and they're much heavier than cardstock, but not as heavy as chipboard, so they're kind of in between, and those are nice. This next line is from Photoplay paper, and this is a stencil. You always get some kind of long-term reusable item in these kits, which makes the kit totally worth the money. And then a partial package of their die cut ephemera pieces, and then their paper line. And this paper line is the Love Letters collection. And you always get 6x6 papers in these kits, so just keep that in mind if you're a larger than that scrapbooker. So those papers are cut down from full 12x12 sheets, and if you like these lines, you can certainly go purchase more or larger pieces, and I will have links for you. Now, I don't have any monetary affiliation with these companies. I just love them, so I'm happy to share. This next line is from Pink Fresh Studio, and you can see the paper line here as I talk. This is the Let's Stay Home collection, and we got a partial pack of their stickers, a partial pack of enamel dots, a partial pack of die cut pieces, a partial pack of puffy sticker elements, and so I think these kits are a great deal. Now, here I'm pointing out that this 12x12 or this 6x6 paper was cut down from a 12x12 with a print in one side of the paper, so you only got a little corner of that. So again, just keep that in mind if you like these kits. These two pieces were missed from the main kit and they got mailed out separately. So those are extra journaling cards that were actually supposed to be part of this kit. So now let's move into the project. I've got these two photos of my daughter and her significant other, and I'm kind of telling a story of pandemic dating life. And so what I do whenever I get ready to start a project is I just go through all the pieces from my kit and pull out anything that might work, knowing full well that I probably won't use everything. But I thought this kit was really fun because there was Valentine's Day stuff and also not Valentine's Day stuff. And I'm not a huge heavy user of themed items, so I was glad to have that mix in here. Now I am inking my background with the heart stencil, and I have to be honest, I went through some iterations of this where I was trying some embossing, I was trying some other things, and nothing was working. Have you ever had that day? This was my day, so I just went with a simple ink route and called it good because I was feeling kind of done. So then I cut out strips of these pattern papers, and because I am a 12x12 scrapper, this is something that I will often do with these kits because they're 6x6. I find ways to make a big impact with those 6x6 pieces of paper. So I just cut out strips and made a row across the middle as my landing ground for my photos. And you'll see here that because my photos are 4x6 inches, I did trim them down a little bit, but still they are as long as that pattern paper. So I am tearing apart these pieces and moving them around some so that they will definitely stick out from the tops and bottoms of that taller photo. And this is also something I do often because that photo is going to be covering up. You'll never know that they're torn. They look just like they went all the way across to begin with. And so I am just fiddling and fussing with this until I've got the pieces where I want them to be. And then because I'd cut apart so many of those pieces, I didn't have enough paper left that I wanted to make mats for these photos. So what I'm going to do is piece together my own paper mat. So I am going to stick these photos together in one solid unit, and then I'm going to apply adhesive kind of all the way around the edge, and then I will just add these little strips onto that adhesive and trim it down so it looks like a full solid mat, but it is just strips. So that is another little trick that you can use. Now that I've got everything in place, I am going to use some foam adhesive to pop up this little photo block because I want to give it a little bit more depth off of that busy background. So the height and the mat help set it apart from that busy background. And then we'll get to embellishing. Okay, I pulled out all of the little embellishment pieces that I had set aside, and I wanted to kind of separate out this title that said together, and that kind of has to do with that whole pandemic dating challenge. It's hard to get together. But it didn't work on top of that busy pattern paper, so I just pulled it back up and it ends up being one word. That's okay because I can say what I need to say in my journaling. Now, I don't actually show the journaling in here, but if you stick around to the still photos, you'll see the final product there. And then I'm just building up some really small embellishment clusters with products from everything, a couple of words that have to do with this, and then here I am adjusting a little bit. That black photo mat on top of the black pattern paper wasn't making me happy, so I added in a piece that has a little more contrast there. And then I'm ready to stick everything down. Now that little purple strip had words on it that had nothing to do with this kind of layout, so I just covered up all those words with embellishments and just used it as a layering piece to this layout. So that worked out really well. And I used my little acrylic hearts that were a part of the theme word for this month. So that was good. And I won't make you watch me glue all these letters down. All right, with my title done, I'm going to finish up my embellishment clusters. So I put a little kind of cityscape piece there because they were going out on a date, and so that I thought played in pretty well to the theme of this layout, especially since they had to quarantine for 2 weeks before they could go on a real date. They'd been taking walks and stuff in the park together. They were very happy to be able to actually hug each other. So I have a few still photos here for you, and you can see that I just use a journaling block and tucked my journaling down on the bottom there. And that finishes up the video for this week. I will be back on Friday with my free Cut File Friday video for you, where I show you some samples of cut files that I'm working on as I learn Illustrator and then offer them to you for free. So please join me next time.